Finally guys, we have some new mice coming to the market, and it starts with the HK Gaming Mira-S. This was highly requested from you guys when I did a Twitch stream. All of you guys were asking in the chat. I feel like I got that question every other minute. It seemed like everybody's asking, hey BT, when's the Mira-S review? Hey BT, when's the Mira-S review? Hey BT, when's the Mira-S review? Now they are a new company when it comes to mice, and this is their first offering. So today I'm going to go over some of what went right and what went wrong with this mouse and how they can fix it moving forward. Because as we know guys, companies, they come out with stuff and they can be improved on over time. We see it with all these other mice. There's a version 1, then there's 2 and 3 where they kind of improve on the switches and things like that. So today I'm going to get into all that and more. The pricing is super competitive. It comes in at $50, which I love. That comes in a black, a white, a yellow bumblebee flavor, and a pumpkin color flavor, I guess you could say. In the box, you'll get an extra pair of mouse feet as well as some extra grips if you find this mouse to be too slippery. I still find the grips to be not that grippy. They're not as grippy as like some lizard skins and some of the other aftermarket skins. So the mouse without any skins is about 63 or 64 grams. Then when you put those skins on, it's around 67 grams. So you're looking at about 13, 14 to 17 gram weight increase over like the Ultralight 2, because I know that's going to be a huge comparison between these two mice, which really makes me wonder how this was engineered, because the Hottie, which is the pretty much bigger version of this mouse, weighs only 2 grams more, so at about 65. So with the grips, you're looking at an increase over the Hottie with the smaller mouse. So I'm not sure if the plastic feels a little bit heavier compared to, or a little bit thicker compared to the Hottie. So that's something where I feel like they maybe can shave down a little bit more weight on this mouse. Not that it feels extremely heavy or imbalanced, because it feels greatly balanced. I like it a lot, but if it makes you wonder about the engineering of the mouse. It feels like they could have done more here. Structurally, the mouse feels really good. There's no creaking. Really good. So that added thickness of the plastic really helps with the structural integrity of this mouse. There's also barely any flex on the bottom of the mouse as well. So great job structurally on this mouse. Now when shaking the mouse, there is a little rattle, and that comes from the scroll wheel. Let's see if I move that. You can't click it to the side, but there is some wobble there. And the scroll wheel itself is a little bit too light in my opinion. I think it needs a little bit more tactility as well. The scroll wheel does actually change colors when you change the DPI using the DPI button up top. The mouse feet could use a little bit more thickness, although they do glide very well on most surfaces. The cable is also a little bit too stiff. I feel like they could have done a little bit more, especially near this focal point near the front of the mouse. It really starts to crinkle and keep its form and keep its shape, so that could be improved as well. Maybe a little bit looser of a weave on the paracord here. It's got a mouse 1 and 2 with some very slight grooves in it. It's got 2 side buttons. It's got the scroll wheel, which you can click down and to the side as well. No buttons on the right hand side for those of you who are left-handed, sorry. So yeah, let's drop a sound test for you guys so you guys can hear these clicks, and then I'm going to give you my feedback on it afterwards. So here are the mouse 1 and 2. The side buttons. Scroll wheel. It's the button. The scrolling. The side click. The DPI button. So let me give you guys my feedback on the mouse buttons and why I can't personally get used to this mouse and why it won't see any use in my rotation. And I feel like this could be fixed in an upcoming like version update, which is why I mentioned that at the beginning of the review. So starting with the mouse 1 and 2, there's a lot of pre-travel. Okay, it's very drawn out, the click, it doesn't feel crispy. Okay, and then the bottom out comes really fast, so it feels like you never really get a chance to click. There's no tactility here It just kind of feels crunchy. It feels like there's just a lot of plastic on plastic action happening at the bottom of the click. It's not like a floating design like you would have on like a Ultralight 2 or a Razer Ultimate. Side buttons are very different. The front I can deal with. I can live with that. The side button, the back button, it feels like I'm fighting against the mouse to press it, and it bounces back at you. So there's a lot of inconsistencies there. The DPI button is really good. Okay, and like I said, the scroll wheel needs a little bit more tactility. The button feels decent, so it just needs a little bit more finesse, a little bit more engineering, a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? A little bit more thought put into this mouse. It feels like it would just, there's just a shape, there's some buttons, and they threw it in here and they're like, okay, we hope it works. There needs to be, I don't know if it's like some more QC or a higher standard of QC on this, and then getting, you know, maybe thinking out the design of the mouse just a little bit more when it comes to putting it together. There needs to be a little bit more, there needs to be a little touch added to this mouse to make it a top tier mouse. And like I said, they're a new company when it comes to mice, so they're gonna make mistakes. And this mouse, I feel like it just isn't ready yet in terms of like a finished product. And I bought this myself. I didn't get it from the company. I just went on Amazon. I bought it just like many of you guys could just go and buy it. And this has just been my experience. Now, moving on to the sensor, it has a 3360 sensor. It goes up to 12,000 DPI. So before we go on, guys, I want to tell you guys a little bit about today's sponsor, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online community with thousands of classes covering dozens of creative and entrepreneurial skills. With the premium membership, it gives you unlimited access to join the perfect community to get the skills you need to become successful in your field. Me personally, I used a few classes in the past when I was first learning After Effects for my videos, and it took my videos to the next level. And there's also this new great class by Thomas Frank on mastering habits. This is going to be great for you guys that are wanting to build good habits for your schoolwork or for just your work in general, your passion. That class is amazing. It's extremely affordable at less than $10 a month for the annual subscription. And because Skillshare is sponsoring this video, you can sign up with the link in the description and get a 2-month free trial. So don't sleep on this offer, guys. I've been doing a lot of work during this quarantine on Skillshare, so yeah, you will not regret it. I use it myself. So this mouse is 114 by 60 by 39.5. It's got a nice little hump in the back. It's a little bit shorter and wider than the Ultralight 2 with the hump on the back. When you hold them back to back, it feels like a thick Cape Town. That's the best way to put it, or a mini hottie. Now this is going to be great for, of course, you fingertip grip users out there, or claw grip, because the hump is really nice, especially if you have hands under 18 centimeters. My hands are 19 by 8.5 centimeters, and I find this very easy to claw, fingertip. I did feel it was a little bit weird for palm grip because of that hump. It just kind of made my hand raise over the middle of the mouse, kind of like forcing my hand into a claw grip. So if you're looking for a smaller mouse for palm grip, probably look elsewhere. If your hands are like 22 plus, I would just skip this mouse altogether. Just go ahead and get the hottie. Now, as for the performance of this mouse, the sensor was really good. I noticed no spin outs. It was a really solid mouse on that front. The mouse feet were really good. The cord really never got in the way. But for me, the buttons just really kept me from performing at my best. I could never get used to this mouse. I tried for about 2 weeks, and I always, it just the problem that I mentioned before, I just could not overcome it. So I would like to see them just improve on this design, really think out some of the buttons, and really just finesse and refine this mouse to make it become a better mouse, because a lot of people wanted that Ultralight 2. People are paying $200-300 for it. This would be the perfect mouse to replace that for a fourth of the price. So I really hope that they can really come back and maybe watch my video and improve on some of the issues with this mouse and just make a better mouse and finally put the Cape Town out of business for now until they come out with a newer mouse. All right, guys, so those are my thoughts on the Mira-S. I hope you guys have enjoyed this review. It has been your boy BT. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.